of this video is to take a look at the adaptive action cycle. The adaptive action cycle is a cyclical process that allows you to take informed decisions when you are uncertain of what to do next. The adaptive action cycle has 3 steps. The first step is the what, and in this step you have to identify patterns. Second step is the so what. In this step you look at what are the meanings within the patterns that you have identified before. Then you move on to the now what. In the now what part, you are going to identify actions that are going to shape and change those patterns. This adaptive action cycle can be used with individual students, small groups, classrooms, and at the campus level. If we take a look at the adaptive action cycle in real life, it would go like this. Here we have a learning community or a team. Here we have a teacher that has already identified a pattern in her classroom. Her colleagues over here are trying to help her to move on to step 2, which is the so what step, where they are looking for the meaning of those patterns. They are asking, is it a small group of students? Is it the whole class? They are asking also, how is this affecting student achievement? How do you address instruction? They are asking questions so that they can foster a professional conversation. Then the 3 of them move on to the third step, and the third step is the now what. In the now what step, they are going to make an action plan, and this action plan has to be founded on current research. Together, they have decided that it would be good for her to commit to a daily read aloud and to create literature discussion groups to meet once a week to address these issues in her classroom. If you look at the adaptive action cycle as a scientific process, it will lead your team to identify a question or to frame a question. In this case, the question is, why are my students fluent readers but they lack comprehension? The second step would be to make sense of the data that you have available, and then together you synthesize findings. Please know that synthesizing is at the top level of higher level thinking, so this step is very important. Here you should engage in professional conversation with your teammates. Then you are going to take an informed action based on the research, based on the conversations that you have had with your team. You are going to make a decision. So you're going to discuss the steps of these decisions with your teammates. You are going to implement, and you are going to observe your students, how they react to your decisions. You got to be really intentional and really curious about what is happening in your classroom with the process that you are implementing. This is just a brief synthesis of what entails the adaptive action cycle. So remember, if at any point in the year you feel like you cannot move forward instructionally, you can always engage in conversations with your team and engage in the adaptive action cycle. Thanks for listening and have a great day.